the new kingdom empires of Tutankhamun and Ramses II had fallen into chaos. Warlords from Libya fought for control of the north, while priests of Amun tried to hold the south together. The priests feared the cult of Amun would be destroyed. They knew their survival depended on reuniting the torn nation. So they turned to the most unlikely rescuer imaginable, their assimilated but much derided former colony, Kush. There, the young King Pianki, a zealot for Amun, was more than ready to heed the call. He pledged to take on the Libyan kings, bolstered by the belief that Amun was on his side. Pianki claimed, "Gods make kings, people make kings, but Amun made me king." His forces moved north on the Nile to Thebes. He told his army, "String the bow and let loose the arrow. Let the people of the Northland taste my fingers." It wasn't long before Pianki's enemies begged for peace. "Be merciful," cried one Libyan king. "I cannot see your face for shame. I cannot stand before your flame. I tremble at your strength."
The fact that Kush was able to conquer Egypt is really a David and Goliath story. Egypt has these huge cities, huge temples, lots and lots of people, and Kush, the settlements are more dispersed. So we're trying to figure out exactly how Kush was able to amass that military power.
However unlikely his victory, Pianki and his successors became Egypt's 25th dynasty. They controlled the wealth of an area stretching from modern-day Khartoum to the Mediterranean, becoming rivals of mighty Assyria and Greece. Pianki credited Amun for his success. In an engraving of his coronation, Amun himself crowns the new pharaoh. The goddess Mut, called Mother of all gods, looks on as Pianki bows before Amun. He offers a simple gift to the god of gods. The ram-headed Amun tells him, "I said while you were still in your mother's womb that you would be ruler of Egypt." Then Amun presents Pianki with the red crown of Lower Egypt and the white crown of Upper Egypt, uniting the shattered land. Pianki's coronation stele sent a powerful message to a devout nation. Propaganda at its best.
Political power has always been connected with religious beliefs. To convince the people that you have the right to rule over them, you have to be religious, and they're using this to control everything, the gold mines, the trade routes, and everything. I think we have the same phenomenon today. We will keep doing the same things forever, I think.
Pianki ruled from Kush for about a dozen years, before handing the crown over to his younger brother, Shabaka. Shabaka moved north to take over the Egyptian capital Memphis and settle unrest in the Nile Delta. He launched a renaissance of building on a scale not seen since Egypt's New Kingdom heyday. Shabaka and his brother before him earned reputations as strong, merciful leaders.
They were famous for their piety and their magnanimity. For example, they didn't slaughter their prisoners, they forgave them. They put them to work digging canals. These are completely uncharacteristic features of ancient kings.
Pianki and Shabaka's triumphant reigns paved the way for Pharaoh Taharka, who battled Egypt's foes far beyond the empire's borders. Around 700 BC, he even saved Jerusalem and King Solomon's temple from an assault by the Assyrians. For this act, recorded in the Old Testament, Hebrew historians hail Taharka as a savior of the people. But the Assyrians would have their revenge. They dogged Taharka's reign with invasions and ultimately rolled his borders all the way back to Thebes. When Pharaoh Taharka died, he wasn't buried at Al-Kuru like his predecessors. Instead, he had his pyramid built in nearby Nuri. Tim Kendall thinks his reasons for doing so were supernatural. On the ancient Egyptian New Year, seen from Jebel Barkal, the sun rises behind the top of Taharka's pyramid. It symbolizes new life and resurrection.
3.5 months later, if you're standing on the summit of Taharka's pyramid looking to Jebel Barkal, the sun sets right over the pinnacle, and the pinnacle looks like the god Osiris. The setting sun symbolizes the god's death. It's exactly the time when the Nile falls, when fertility ends and the god is thought to die. So he's born on New Year's Day, he dies 3.5 months later when the Nile falls. He's resurrected every year and he's reborn millions of times, year by year.
Taharka, says Kendall, built his pyramid here to form a bond with Jebel Barkal that would last for all eternity.